In 1973, two groovy social psychologists named Irwin Altman and Dalmas aimed to formulate a process by which we develop and move through relationships. They proposed that interpersonal relationships develop through gradual amounts of mutual self-disclosure. Their theory is referred to as the
social penetration theory.
The amount we disclose in any one relationship is primarily based on the breadth, depth, and frequency of the communication between two individuals. Altman and Taylor related their social penetration theory, or SPT, to peeling back layers of an onion. In their model, the stages of disclosure are the layers of the onion, and at the core is the true cognitive self that is rarely revealed even in relationships with the deepest connection. These stages illustrate who we are as a friend, as a lover, or as an acquaintance. To explain this theory further, I'd like for you to meet my dear friend Jean. Say hi, Jean. Because you just met Jean, you'll likely communicate on a very superficial level. Based on the limited amount of disclosure you've shared, comfortable conversation topics include the weather, how each other's day has been, a smile at each other in passing, and if you're lucky enough, you might hear one of his cheesy catchphrases. This stage of SPT, Irwin and Dalmas called the orientation stage. In your interpersonal relationship with Jean thus far, you'll likely have learned a great breadth of information about him. Like that he works in a restaurant, he likes to wear tight jeans, and he has a boisterous laugh and wonderful sense of humor. Through mutual self-disclosure on a frequent basis, your communication with Jean will likely develop more depth. I've removed the outer layer, the most superficial layer, of his clothing to illustrate the interpersonal relationship that you share has reached what is called the exploratory stage. The exploratory stage is characterized by the exploration of topics that go beyond basic pleasantries. Typically, friendships won't ever move beyond the discussion of politics, sports, current events, or other general topics. It's important to note that by this point, the breadth of your interpersonal relationship with Jean has been permanently established. With certain interpersonal relationships, the collection of all this information can lead to the effective stage, where you're most likely to see Jean naked, but not just in the physical way. Because of the trust that is built from the frequent exchange of disclosure, you communicate in a very meaningful way. You and Jean feel comfortable discussing judgments and criticisms of the government, expressing deeply held feelings, in some cases a kiss. Communication at this stage is at its deepest point of social penetration, and you have developed an intimate relationship with Jean, mutually self-disclosing information on a breadth of topics frequently has led to a deep, more meaningful connection. However, if Jean were to over-disclose initially, you might be less inclined to develop a relationship with him. And same goes for the opposite. Social penetration theory is a concept that helps us to understand the boundaries and dynamics of interpersonal relationships within a Western culture.